WAOH is brought to you in part by Ohio's #1 trusted real estate team, The Young Team. Online at theyoungteam.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Good Morning Akron. Today, I am here with the co-owner of 330 To Go, Jessica Bader. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having us out today.
Of course, and thank you so much for coming on the show today. Jessica, I'm familiar a little bit with 330 To Go, but if the people who are watching don't know, what is that exactly?
Yeah, so 330 To Go is Northeast Ohio's hottest and fastest growing news and entertainment network. We are a local-based community service content media company, and that is exactly what we do, is we like to deliver community service content in all forms as much as we can, as fast as we can, every day. So that, in a nutshell, is what 330 To Go is and kind of what our mission is behind, bringing you guys information and news.
Right. And you said before that there is not really a specific category traditionally that you guys fit into?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So we are not what you would call traditional media, right? So we exist on social media primarily. We are on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and X and kind of all of those good things. And so, yeah, we don't pocket or fall into like a news media bucket, I guess you would say, like TV or radio. We kind of cover all of the spectrum with what we deliver, but it comes through to you over social media.
Exactly. Now, is this news kind of social media thing something that you've always seen yourself doing, or something maybe when you were a teenager you imagined yourself doing?
Yeah. No way. No way. But I'm so glad that the trajectory of life has kind of guided us in this direction, because certainly it is fun and we do love it now, of course. But growing up, I never ever thought I would be in media really of any kind. I am actually a social worker by trade, so a licensed social worker in the state of Ohio. And I kind of thought that would be my path, and it has really been my path over the course of my career. But about 7 or 8 years ago, we kind of fell into developing a little show, 330 To Go show, started out on Facebook, and over the course of a couple years, and then certainly through the pandemic life that we all lived, that just grew over time. And so now we have 330 To Go today, which has over 150,000 followers just on Facebook alone. Almost 10,000 on Instagram. And so we're super excited to see how it kind of started at zero and has really developed into what it is today. So
right. Well, that is quite the following, and talk about a jump from a social worker now to a news person.
Right. Yes.
So is there anything that you've come across in your career where maybe you've thought, this is a big hurdle for me to jump over? Maybe some things that have gone on that you maybe struggled with jumping from a social worker now to a newscaster?
Oh, as well, I will tell you that if you are in the field of social work, it applies across all spectrums. So social work is really all about people. And so news, interviewing, entertainment, covering local things that happen in the community is also all about people. So there's a whole lot of parallels there that I tap into all the time on a regular basis. But as far as the business is concerned, you asked about challenges. Yeah, we have certainly had our challenges along the way. We are a small business, and so we face the same challenges as every small business does. And you really just have to kind of lean into those things, get your shoulder under them, and keep going, because everybody is faced with challenges. Something that comes to mind, in addition to just kind of growing a network from nothing to something, is the fact that when you do that, sometimes it takes time for other people to recognize you or your business as an actual business. And so we have had circumstances where in the past we have been really excited to go cover certain news or certain events that happen out in the community at large. And we have applied for media passes, and the Hall of Fame game and coverage down in Canton is one of those things where we were really pumped about doing that several years ago, and applied for media pass, and they said, oh, well, where's your credentials and where are all of your validated validations that you're a legitimate media company. And so we had to kind of come back and say, okay, well, if this is a requirement, what do we have to do as 330 to go to make sure that we are kind of checking all those boxes, and being invited or eligible, I guess, to come and do that coverage. So I'm happy to tell you that since we have had that situation happen, we have definitely taken everything to another level and, of course, obtained those credentials and things in order to do that sort of level of coverage. And we've been down there now for a handful of years. The guys go. I don't go down to the Hall of Fame game and do that coverage myself, but I know it is a wonderful event that happens, and we are so thrilled that we are able to bring it all to you guys in all of those facets. So yeah, good question.
Of course. And I'm sure that like instance was probably a shot at your professionalism as a business standpoint, right? So why do you think people should choose 330 to go to watch and to get their news source from?
Okay, so that's another excellent question. The reason why people do choose 330 to go is because it is the news that is coming from the community. Okay, so our information and our resources and our connections are all embedded in the community, and folks who know us and love us know this, right? So we always like to say that the streets know first. And so we have an ear to the streets all the time. We have an ear to what's happening in the local environment every day, and we are very accessible. And because we aren't necessarily in one of those more traditional media buckets, we have a lot of agility and a lot of ability to cover a vast number of things. So something that maybe a more major network or a more major news organization might not pick up and cover or share, we're able to do that, and we're able to kind of pump that information out to the local community so they know what's happening like right in their backyard. And so you asked, why should people follow us? People do follow us for all of those reasons, because it's news basically curated by you, which is awesome.
Exactly. And it's amazing, especially coming from a small town standpoint, having that small town news source where you're getting the tiny details and information. So where can people find you if they're looking for 330 to go?
Yeah. So we have a website, 330togo.com. We would love to have you come visit us there. We've got various links to a number of our different projects and different shows that we have on there. And so you can visit our website, 330togo.com. Find all of the links there. We are also on Facebook. So would invite you to type it in, Facebook 330 to go. It's Facebook/330 to go. Also on Instagram, as I mentioned earlier, we are on X, and we're also on YouTube. So I did want to also take the opportunity to mention here too, that we do have several new shows that we're launching this fall, which is really exciting. So we have our 330 to go morning show, which we do every Monday and Wednesday right now, that you can find on any one of those channels. We also are kicking off this week, which is going to be, I don't know when this was going to air specifically, but it will be August 22nd, our high school football show, which again, getting back to local, so many people tune into that to see their own kids and families and community out on the field. So Matt and Mike deliver the high school football show, and that is totally a hit. So it's coming up. On Friday, the 22nd will be our first episode of season 4. We also have a very exciting project going on in its second season with the University of Akron and Akron Athletics.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have developed a show called Zips Nation Insider, and it is where we deliver an inside look on what makes Akron Athletics what it is and what makes the Zips the Zips. So I know that you are Kent State girl, right?
Yes, I am.
So there's a little bit of a rivalry there.
There is,
right? Yes. And so we talk about that often on Zips Nation Insider. And we actually will be having the AD on here in our next episode for that. So Andrew Goodrich is joining us, which is really cool. So we're looking forward to seeing that continue as well. And then our biggest, most exciting thing is that we just launched Afternoons with Amanda. So Amanda Casey, you guys, is joining the 330 To Go network. We are super excited about having her. She is a local name that many of you will know. And so we are totally pumped that she has opted to come join our team. So you will be seeing her live on the air in the afternoons. She's going to bring local weather and traffic updates, much like our morning show, but then also kind of keep a tone and a thread going through what's happening in the music landscape out there. So local bands and kind of upcoming concerts and other events like that. She'll be highlighting all of those things as well. And I feel like I'm forgetting one more show. Sam, what is it? I said a morning show.
The rivalry between Akron and Kent.
Yeah.
And then, of course, your guys' new host.
Yes. And I said Zips Nation Insider. We got high school football show. We got the morning show and Afternoons with Amanda. So that's 4. I'll leave it at that. And if I think of another one, I will shout it out to you before we close here. So.
Well, perfect. Yeah. I will be tuning in, of course, to that Akron versus Kent rivalry.
Yes.
I need to hear the insider information.
I know. Well, it's coming straight from the athletes.
Okay. So wow.
It is definitely insider information.
So I'm getting it straight from the source.
You're going to get it straight from the source. That's right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that was Jessica Bader, everybody, with 330 Go. We'll see you next time.